So the Design with Conscious project was kind of showing that you can have sort of aesthetically beautiful products that also sort of are sustainable on many levels. So what steps, like you were talking about, do you think are needed for more people in the industry to kind of adapt the same perspective?
Well, it's a slowly maturing, evolving type field, and I guess you have to be able to get the input of several people of the business that each can contribute to this. Some companies can contribute maybe on a scale, on a certain level, where they can access more mass market. Some company can contribute because they have some intimate knowledge of certain crafts that they have used for themselves, that now they can contribute to the craft world or share or learn from. And also, I guess the other point is also the craftsmen themselves will be more required, will be more in demand now, perhaps, where they are asked to do more of this type of work, and they can work with people of different abilities and technologies and skills. But from our standpoint, one of the main highlights of Design with Conscious has a lot to do with how the discourse between the designer and our technica and the artisans, and how we can collaborate to create perhaps a greater product that may be more mass consumed, run-of-the-mill generic product that is made by a machine and sometimes no soul. Yeah. And also bringing back the hand into design, into the craft, is sort of going back to the roots of the design movement, and how also the Italian furniture world was created. It basically came out of an artisanal experience. And now that artisanal experience still exists in some places, but has been somewhat limited. And I guess that's also an important part of what we think we can contribute to, and also in different countries, not just in some favorite countries. Yeah. But again, our main focus as Art Technica is always the goal of creating an object that has a strength, both in an aesthetic and a functional way. That is bottom line our first priority, whether it be an industrial made product or an artisanal made product.
Okay. So you mentioned that the project started in 2004, so it's been going for about 6 years now.
Yeah.
Are the results what you expected when you began?
Yeah, I think in a way I was expecting that there is a longing and a need for this type of work and this type of concept and this type of mentality and ideology in today's world. I was expecting that we're facing, issues of globalization and global warming. So I think that people are becoming more and more interested in finding any solution or any answers to those problems. So that part, from a long-term view, I was expecting. But of course, there has been a lot of unexpected, not unexpected, but challenges and surprises along the way. Probably at the beginning, skepticism, because it was something new, and we found that often, especially we would question our own motivation or why we do certain work. So those have been things of that sort. But for the rest, we didn't find it to be that different in project development that is done in the non-artisanal environment. Mm-hmm. But also I noticed that both the press and the designers seem to be extremely interested in working this type of concept, and we're starting to get known for a lot for that type of work, and we're coming specifically for artisanal work to us.
Yeah. Okay. Sort of because the design industry is very focused kind of on trends and the new, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
How do you and Art Technica approach creating objects that have sort of a lasting value?
Well, because our ideology is to create products that have great aesthetical value and great functional value. And the more we achieve that, I think the more our object will be lasting. I think I can look back at the history of design and art and product design, whether we call it now modern days design, but design has been going on since humans have been around. And I can see objects of the past, they stay because of certain characteristics and aesthetics. And in general, it's not just about a functionality or just about a form. It's generally about a strong combination.
Okay. And lastly, what lies ahead for Art Technica?
What lies ahead of Art Technica, I guess the consistency of Art Technica is to continue following our mission, which is proven to be right for us. But specifically, probably going to continue in the development of products within the same artisanal centers that we already started, because we want to grow into better and better craftsmen. And one example of that is the Transmirror product that we just came up with, that started off the same place where the Trans class was made, but is a step above in craftsmanship. So we're going to try to develop them into better and better craftsmen. So that's why we're going back to some of the same places, and that's as far as DWC. But then I think we want to be able to expand more and more our line to focus on solving all kind of projects and products that are focused on the recycling, and not specifically to using recycling, but trying to address the issues of how we use materials and how we dispose of them after we have used them. Mm-hmm. So we like to develop more of that in more original concepts.